All right, Blake. A couple of wide receivers that were going back to back in rookie drafts were Lad McConkey and Xavier Worthy. Of course, Worthy got off to the fast start on that Thursday night game to kick off the season. Had two big touchdowns. He kind of seemed to have all the hype, but Lad McConkey has quietly had like a pretty nice start to his rookie season, coming off a good game against the Chiefs. How do you feel about these two guys in Dynasty? Which one do you prefer right now?
I think this is probably one of the hardest questions to answer right now between the two. Yeah, I mean, identical production through four, and then the Rice injury comes into play. This is actually a deal we had offered, uh, kind of hypothetically offered to us. So we don't know if it's on the table or not. So, it's made us definitely think harder about this comparison between the two.
Yeah, and
Um,
so we're co-managing a league where we have Lad McConkey, who we were very high on. Of course, we like Worthy as well. Like they were pretty like similarly ranked for us, I
yeah,
think, in the offseason when we were evaluating the rookies. And yeah, so we ended up taking Lad, I think, over Worthy. Um, but yeah, like Worthy seems to have like more market value. Like, does that play into, how you would, factor this in?
yeah. I mean, I do love the factory and the fact that people get attached to players. And can sometimes just throw fantasy points out the window, or just like other great metrics of how a guy should be valued. So yeah, with the Rice injury, I don't know. I think where I've come is I'll give the very, very, very slight edge to Worthy right now, simply because the rest of the season the path is more clear for him to outscore Lat, and basically for dynasty value, all that matters is who outscores who this year. I mean, little. I mean, can you think of another factor that would matter? like,
I mean, obviously, like the profile is going to come into play, but if we're talking about like two receivers that are both essentially first round picks, I mean, Ladd went very early in the second round of the NFL
yeah,
draft, so they're pretty similar prospects. Got pretty similar draft capital. They're both really fast. I mean, of course, like Worthy is like the fastest ever, but like,
Lat's
Ladd's
sneaky
really
fast.
fast as well. He ran like what, like a 4.34, I think, 40.
4.39, I think, same as Garrett Wilson.
4.39. Okay, so yeah, but yeah, 4.3 and change, we'll say.
Extremely fast. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
yeah. I mean, I think just like the what the I don't know, the fan favorite by most dynasty owners would be Worthy, which technically just makes him more valuable. I mean, yeah, we're the lad guys.
Mhm.
Um, so I mean, it's hard for me to like say that. I'd just rather have Worthy because like other people perform,
Right.
but that is like seriously something you need to factor in. But like I mean, so many fantasy points can just come off one play for him. So that's
Mhm.
where I'm kind of at. Like he will continue to keep being big touchdowns. I think the upside with the Rice injury isn't that he's going to be running, Rice's role, but the KC generates a lot of these, screens, little touch passes, end around stuff like that. Where, obviously the end around stuff seems like Worthy has got a couple of them, but that's actually like Rice's bread and butter. Get the ball in his hands, get him upfield, and I think that's something that Worthy does extremely well. And he did in college, and well, who else would they give that opportunity to? Like those opportunities will exist going forward. Worthy will get them. It's going to increase his floor, which would be, the case for Lad is he'll have a higher floor in PPR. So, yeah, I'm very close leading Worthy at this point. Yeah, where do you sit at this?
Yeah. So it's feared that Rice tore his ACL. Maybe that's confirmed by the time you guys are watching this.
Yeah, we're working. I'm working
Um,
on the assumption he tore his ACL
yeah.
for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Clear,
sure.
clear.
So yeah, I mean, I think we expect Worthy's role to maybe evolve a little bit, and as well just like grow. I mean, they got to utilize him more. They kind of have like no choice now. With I mean, Hollywood Brown's basically done for the year. Pacheco's out for a while. Um, I mean, who else are they going to get the ball to? I mean, they got to
Justin
utilize
Watson.
Worthy. So what did you say?
Justin Watson, man.
Justin Watson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they brought back Juju Smith-Schuster. So
Oh
yeah,
my, hey, pick him
exactly.
up.
Yeah, they got to use Worthy. So
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, it'll be exciting to see like how his role changes, and I definitely think it, probably should give him both like a higher floor and ceiling each week. So definitely excited to see that. I'm not sure like how much like the dynasty market will react to Rice's injury, like how much they'll raise up Worthy's value. So I think that'll kind of determine things a little bit in terms of like whether Worthy is someone you want to go out and buy. But just comparing him to Ladd, I think Worthy has probably a case to be maybe just like a slightly ahead of Ladd. But like honestly, like I think it's really
It's
close. I mean, I'm thrilled
yeah,
if I have either of these guys. I definitely think we haven't seen the best of Ladd McConkey yet. I kind of think he's just getting started.
yeah,
Of course, he's limited by how run heavy the Chargers offense is. But hopefully that will kind of expand at some point. Hopefully they get into some more like kind of shootout games or games where they have to play catch up. And then we can really see what McConkey's capable of. I mean, he's commanded a pretty good target share in terms of like,
yes,
the
yeah.
percentage of targets that he's getting when they actually do pass the ball. So honestly, I'm really excited about both guys. So yeah, we were offered, it was sort of a theoretical offer if we wanted to give up our Ladd for Worthy. And this was before the Rice injury and this past weekend's games. So yeah, we were thinking about it. I mean, we were such big Ladd guys in the offseason that we ended up with more Ladd shares than Worthy. So it could be kind of a move to diversify. I certainly don't mind making that flip. But yeah, love both these guys. Maybe slight edge to Worthy because of the Rice injury.
Yeah, exactly. So if anyone watching this, maybe this is a good confirmation. If you just liked one guy still out of the offer, and maybe if you're on the Worthy side, which I assume most would be, maybe this can double check, like, or whatever, like, confirm that, maybe I'll just like would prefer Worthy. I mean, I know it's gonna be kind of like, probably unlikely that you're like trading Worthy for like McConkey in a deal. But
Although
I
that's
mean,
kind of an interesting thought, though. I mean, would you consider a tear down if someone was just like
yeah,
kind of on Worthy now because of this Rice
yeah.
injury and liked him anyways? And it's like, okay, like what do you need for Worthy? I'll give you Lad plus. Like, what would you need?
Yeah, that's where we're really thinking is, like, I mean, the leagues vary and owners vary
Mm,
extremely. So if you were a Worthy owner and the Lad guy came to you, I mean, you could just get a mid second at this point. Like,
yeah.
that'd be awesome. I mean, technically, if you get anything that's like, you got some upside, uh, what would be a good? I'm trying to think of like
I
a
mean, maybe
player.
just like a nice kind of like throw-in player, like
Tank Bigsby or
I don't
something.
know, like I mean, maybe if you're like in need of a tight end and the guy has like Jake
Oh,
Ferguson or
Eric.
something.
Like well, maybe you never know. They might throw it in like a standard one, but Eric All.
Eric
The
All.
goat.
Okay.
I know that's
Yeah,
not like
I mean,
much of a
Eric All
plus,
actually is
but
kind of low key exciting right now.
yeah,
So like, I
good.
mean, yeah, I don't know if that's enough to move the needle, but if it's close anyways, like yeah,
If you
you
were
can
a
find
lad guy
like
anyways,
especially if it's a tight end
yeah.
premium.
If you were a lad guy anyways, and you're playing
Yeah,
tight end premium, and you can get like an Eric All or something, or just
yeah.
maybe something better than that, like that would be an easy swap. Otherwise, it's kind of like you might want to stay with who you got. And
Mm,
again, I'm factoring the fact that Worthy's just probably more valuable in like
yeah.
favor to everyone. So I think that really should be the tiebreaker between the two, like I said. So,
Yeah. What if
um,
you were a little like running back needy, maybe because of an injury, and the guy's like, "Oh, I'll throw you a Chuba Hubbard on top of Lad McConkey."
right now, yeah, if you were competing and you can get
Mhm.
Chuba and like you actually needed them, yeah, I'd actually
Yeah,
take that. Brooks is behind; he's looking awesome. So yeah, I mean,
yeah,
again, just
but only if you needed a running back that
yeah,
he would actually like that you would actually put
yeah,
Chuba in your lineup and like use them, and at least until Brooks came back.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm suggesting this as a lad McConkey
Mhm.
truther believer. I mean, everything's looked good,
Yeah,
like on paper and underlying metrics for him. So I mean, if you're just not a lad McConkey guy, you can just tell me to screw off and whatever, just click off the video. But
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The only thing though is that like I would be a little terrified of like trading away Worthy right
Yeah,
now.
that's
Just with the upside
yeah,
of like his speed and like
yeah, yeah,
Mahomes
yeah,
throwing the ball and there's like no target
yeah,
competition, like I would just be terrified. So like that's the only thing. Like I'm the biggest Lad guy like you'll
yeah,
find like anywhere.
yeah,
But
yeah,
like man, like I'd just be scared to trade Worthy right now. So like it
yeah.
it would have to be a pretty enticing plus. And even then I think I would think long and hard about it.
Yeah, I mean, I know Hubbard actually was like offered to me on a team, and I needed him. I still would have to like definitely think about it, but like,
Hmm.
I mean, just the way he's producing right now, I mean, he's like an RB1 for the last 2 weeks, right? I mean,
Hmm.
that's kind of hard to pass up. It looks like he's going to be involved potentially all year. Like Brooks is behind schedule and stuff, so I mean, that's
Yeah.
a really good like throw in actually in any deal, let alone
Right,
like
right.
a swap like
And
that.
yeah, just to make the case for Lad though, I mean I think with how reactionary the market is, and we just want to kind of um, jump to conclusions on things before like having any like patience on anything. With Lad, like we haven't seen like a super high ceiling so far, but like he's just like a few games into his like rookie
Yeah.
season. So like I really think that like in the second half of the season he could really get hot and we could really see like a much higher upside with him. So
Yeah.
like if anyone just kind of is like just sort of bored with Lad McConkey on their roster, I think he's a great I don't know if he's a buy low. I mean he shouldn't be because again he's had like a good start, but I just think like Lad's like a good buy right now.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And yeah, the one thought about Worthy is I'm interested to see how his price adjusts, yeah, after this Rice injury, because I think it might, like, I think the obvious thing is he's gonna go up. Rice more, he's got more opportunity now, but the issue is like Rice does open up a lot in that offense, especially for a deep threat and Worthy. But
Mhm.
I'm not gonna hold that against Worthy's value, of course. Now he's got more chance to touch the ball. I just think the issue is like the combination of them thinking like, oh, everything goes to right Worthy now. He's gonna take all the vacated targets, and he's gonna take his job. He's gonna like start running another slot and stuff. Like I just don't think that's actually how it happens. It's just like yeah, the little design screens and all that stuff. That just yeah. I mean, it could be like one or two catches per game, but that might be all you need with Worthy to really raise the floor up, like we were
Mhm.
mentioning earlier. So yeah.
Yeah, and real quick, do you see any other like impact from the Rice injury? Like, do you think this kind of brings like Travis Kelce back to life?
Yeah, yeah, it has to. Like, who else
Yeah,
is gonna throw to? I mean,
yeah.
Travis Kelce actually had a great game. I think Rice got injured in the first or second quarter.
Mhm.
Just so happened to be the game that Travis Kelce breaks out again. So
Yeah.
this year,
All right. Well, I hope this was helpful to everyone. Like the video if you got some value out of it, and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you on the next one.